Hey guys, so it is finally October, and October to me is like scary movie month because of Halloween and everything. So I put a list of my top 10 favorite scary movies. So I'm gonna basically start from the bottom and go up to my favorite one. Basically, the ones I put on this list are either they freaked me out, or I just loved the movie plot, or I thought it was very twisted how they made the ending, or something like that, or I just really liked the movie. Um, Number 10 would be The Pyramid. Um, it it was it came out in 2014, so last year. Um, it was a little freaky. Um, I did not expect that it um, the ending that it had. I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but it was a little bit scary for me. Um, Number 9 would be As Above, So Below. It also came out last year in 2000. Hey guys, so it is finally October, and October to me is like scary movie month because of Halloween and everything. So I put a list of my top 10 favorite scary movies. So I'm gonna basically start from the bottom and go up to my favorite one. Basically, the ones I put on this list are either they freaked me out, or I just loved the movie plot, or I thought it was very twisted how they made the ending, or something like that, or I just really liked the movie. Um, Number 10 would be The Pyramid. Um, it it was it came out in 2014, so last year. Um, it was a little freaky. Um, I did not expect that it um, the ending that it had. I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but it was a little bit scary for me. Um, Number 9 would be As Above, So Below. It also came out last year in 2014. That movie, um, it had, I did not expect it to be the way it was in that movie. It, it, it was really scary too. It made me jump actually a few times. And my body temperature went up from watching it. Those are the scary movies that just get to me. When it when it gets my body temperature up, it just gets me very it I know that I'm scared when I'm watching it. Um Another one is an older movie that came out in 1996, which is Scream. I love the movie Scream. I love the whole serial killer thing. Um, I grew up basically watching that movie. I've watched that movie like so many times. I watched it over and over again. I'm not really scared of it anymore as I used to be, but it still has that feeling that you get. I mean, like you never know, like like when you're at home alone, like it gives you that feeling of being scared and someone watching you or something. Um, the next one would be number 7, The Hills Have Eyes. It came out in the 2006 remake one I'm talking about because I think I was 12 when I saw that in theaters. Um, that movie, like, I did not, when I went to go see that movie, I thought it was actually Silent Hill that I was going to see because it has the word hill in it. So when my mom took me to go see that movie, I was like, what is this movie? And when I watched it, I was like, holy crap, this is really freaky right now than what I'm watching right now. Um, uh, it also really grossed me out. I mean, I usually don't put gross movies. I really don't really like gross movies. I don't really think that's scary if you just have a whole bunch of gore in it. I think that a scary movie is something that makes you jump, you know, it makes you like, oh my god, you know, something like that. But it's actually did have a lot of jump scenes for me. Um, but yeah, that's why I put that in my list. The next one would be 28 Days Later. I love zombie movies. 28 Days Later um, came out in 2002. It it scared me a little bit in the movie theaters when I watched it. Um, I it gave me that feeling that I usually get like when my body temperature going up, and it had a lot of jump scares in it, which is awesome. I love jump scares, even though it scares the heck out of me. I love jump scares. And it is a gory movie, but I just love zombie movies anyways. I love the idea of a zombie apocalypse. The next one would be The Ring. Um, this movie was also like nominated on Schiller like the number one scary movie of the decade. It freaked me out. I like the whole idea with like a little girl with black hair that's like dead coming at you or crawling at you just freaks me out. Um, that movie also gave me like the expressions on people's faces when they were dead because they watched the videotape. That made me jump a lot in the watch while watching the actual movie. Um, the next one would be number 4, The House on Haunted Hill. I watched this came out in 1999. I watched this when I was like really little. Um, it creeped me out with the whole ghost thing. And I mean, it still kind of confused me. Like, for some, like, there's one girl that died in it, and she just kind of disappeared, but it didn't actually show where she went. She just kind of disappeared, and that kind of whole thing freaked me out. Um, but the whole, like, concept of the whole movie, I actually really liked it. It didn't, I mean, it had like a few jump scares for me, but other than that, it was just a little bit creepy. The next one will be number 3, The Grudge. The Grudge 2, actually. Um, the one that came out in 2006. Again, girls with black hair and in like white gowns and stuff like that crawling at you freaked me out. The whole thing with her making that throat noise freaked me out throughout the movie. Like just knowing like in the movie like knowing that the main characters weren't safe like no matter where they went they just weren't safe that whole concept of not knowing that you're not safe it's scary. um Number 2 would be Resident Evil. um Again, I love zombie movies. I grew up watching scary movies all my life, but this is the first movie when I actually saw it in theaters that I cried when I watched it. I was so scared of this movie that I cried because I thought that everybody in this movie was gonna die. I was like, I don't know, like maybe 6 years old when I saw this movie, 6 7 years old, and like my parents would just take me to go see scary movies all the time, and this was the only movie that I freaked out on. Like my sister had to cover my eyes throughout the like maybe 30 minutes of the movie, so I missed like most of the movie, so I didn't see the rest of the movie till later on. I didn't want to actually watch it right away because I was still afraid of the movie, but now I watch that movie all the time and I love it. I mean, it's still really scary. It still has like a lot of jump scares and everything. It has some gore and everything, but it has everything that I really like in a movie. Okay, so number 1 would be Insidious. The Insidious that came out in 2010. This movie, this is probably the movie that I watched that probably made me jump the most out of all of the other movies. I think it's partly because of the music that they had in it. It was so original that the music that they had, it just it it was so creepy, like the ghosts in it, and like it was super creepy of all the jump scares, and the demon that they had in the movie was super creepy. And like after I watched that movie, I I could not go to sleep because I could not get that movie out of my head. I freaked out so bad because of that movie. Um, I mean I still loved it. I forced myself to watch it again a few times, but after that I was okay with it. But yep, that's my top 10 favorite scary movies. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you like my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and I'll be posting more videos soon. So, see ya, bye.